Hey everybody, welcome back to Tyranny. We just stumbled into this camp where we have some Scarlet Chorus tents and some Disfavored tents. There were some of the Oathbreakers trying to attack, and we had some more Scarlet Chorus kind of flood in through here. We had a bit of a battle, and now we've survived, which is positive. We've got a few people around here. Let's check out what this soldier is holding on to. Okay, so we've got some Vendrian Guard Heavy Bronze Greaves and Agate or Agate. Let's see, let's check out these Greaves here. Only Tobias Batch can equip the ones that he has, the Commander's Will, because it gives him Cleansing Victory, where it removes a hostile effect on kill. Now, what I could maybe do is take a look at a comparison for these boots. So we get more armor against just physical, crush, and corrode, but our recovery is increased very slightly, minus 7% deflection and minus 2 disengagement defense. I think we will throw this on. Disengagement defense must impact like when we're running away from somebody that's right next to us. It's kind of like they get a disengage check, and if it's lowered, then probably a harder chance to get away unscathed. What are you doing? You're all attention to me. Okay. Both of you, come.
On it.
Oh, hello. What do we have here? He's got a sword to his throat, it looks like. Pelox Tyrel, Vendrian Guard. Stow your weapons, or we find out how long a man screams before hitting the ravine down below. Cornered between a precipitous drop and a band of angry soldiers, the Oathbreaker warrior holds a disfavored officer at knife point. Now, Drastus is saying he's a disfavored. Oh, this is the one who's being held here. Skewer him, worry not for me, Graven Ash will protect. The disfavored officer winces, blood seeping from the seams of his bracers and cuirass. Now, we've heard things about Graven Ash protecting. What does this mean exactly? The disfavored are all protected by Archon Graven Ash's mystical Aegis, and many will attest that it allows disfavored to endure truly staggering punishment. However, there are no documented cases of a disfavored surviving decapitation, being sliced in half, or other wantonly fatal doses of trauma. It is highly unlikely that Ash's Aegis will save Drastus from his neck being sliced open. Highly unlikely. Okay, so like wounds, but not decapitation and falling to your death, essentially. Mocking Blaze. So this is somebody from the Scarlet Chorus. You heard the man. He plainly invited you to use that little blade of yours. What are you waiting for? Permission from your pimp? This blade? With a jerk of the knife, he slices off a clump of Drastus' matted hair. If you're so eager to see your ally dead, just step closer. Lower your weapon, then charge forward and wrest the knife from him. That's an option, or we can attack. Gain favor with both the disfavored and the chorus. And I guess because we have athletics, it's an option. Let's go for it. Gain 113 athletics skill experience. That's cool. I love how when you just use the skills, you get better at them. Like, I'm not tied into like a specific class. I love that. Now, Pelox is saying, that's right. Now the rest of you drop those weapons. So he's letting his guard down. With his attention on the other warriors, you dash forward. He reaches out with his dagger to slay Drastus, but your hand is already on his wrist. With a wrenching twist, you mangle his hand, dropping the dagger harmlessly to the ground. The disfavored warriors rush forward from either side of you. Tyrel barely manages a strained gasp before being hacked and impaled upon their swords and spears. Whoa!
You learn something every day.
Kairos be praised. That Oathbreaker fought with the rage of Cairn himself. I don't know why they're like bad Scottish, but Cairn, the mountainous Archon of Stone, accompanied the disfavored on the conquest of the Tears. His temper and proclivity toward destructive solutions often branded him a liability to the otherwise orderly takeover, but his powers were not easily dismissed. During the Azure campaign, Cairn went on a rampage declaring himself independent of Kairos, and the conquest an unlawful sham. Kairos drafted the Edict of Stone to put an end to the rebellious Archon, and his petrified corpse rests in the ruins of Azure to this day. Fun note, actually, that I didn't know, is apparently Kairos is female, and there's no, like, No pronouns being used to describe Kairos. It's always by name. But somebody did mention that Kairos is female, so that's cool. Thank you, Fatebinder. I thought today was my last. From the look of it, guess they thought if they swarmed the pass, maybe one might make it out. We found a few scraps of parchment on the bodies. Drastus holds out a handful of crumpled parchments for your inspection. Now, literacy is rare in the Northern Empire, where the disfavored are born and trained. Time spent reading and writing is, after all, time not spent sparring and readying one's body and mind for battle. So they are, like, very strict on just being warriors. No reading, no writing, or it's rare anyways. A student of letters such as yourself should be able to make sense of this. Okay. We don't need to insult them right now, but I am interested. Let's examine the parchment. Repeating the same message in different written scripts, the parchment explains the Vendrian Guard's desire to overthrow Kairos' Archons and rout their armies from the tiers. The pages aren't addressed to any specific reader, but rather openly invites all who remain loyal to the Younger Realms to gather at Vendrian's Well. The Younger Realms of Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven are collectively known as the Younger Realms, and together they represent the major political factions of the tiers. Okay, so Azure, Apex, Stalwart, and Haven, political factions. For centuries, the Younger Realms have battled against themselves for control of the tiers, with every realm having been at war with each other at some point in memorable history. This lack of unified resistance allowed Kairos' armies to swiftly conquer the tiers. And they want to gather at Vendrian's Well. It's the name of the central plateau of the tiers, a mountain-ringed valley of rivers, floodplains, and scattered farmland once ruled by House Vendrian of the realm of Apex. At the heart of the valley is the mountain spire, and at the base of the massive stone structure is an old citadel built centuries ago and largely left unused until recent times. So, looks like they're trying to bring more people to the fight. Well, from the look of it, we kept them from slipping out of the valley. Whatever they hope to accomplish, I think their plan died here. The Archons are expecting you. When you're ready, leave by the gate to the southeast and follow the trails downslope for a few hours. You'll see the campfires leagues away. You can't miss it. Cool. So, camp is empty. Let's be practical, like we said earlier, and take these things. So, Honor guards bronze Fatebinder is a two-handed weapon. Neither of us are using those. Quick Finger Bangles gives haste, so extra quickness. Water, so 1 resolve for 600 seconds. And a Sigil of Distant Impact is expression. I'm not sure what that means, so let's take a look. Bangles, let's give the haste. So +1 to quickness. Where can we see... Oh, we leveled up. With each level, you can increase one of your character's attributes. Might, Finesse, Quickness, Wits, Vitality, or Resolve. Each of these attributes provides benefits to your character as well as increases one or more skills. Increasing an attribute costs 1 point until the attribute score reaches 19. To raise an attribute from 19 to 20 requires 2 attribute points. Okay. Is 20 the max? Doesn't say, like, past that. It's possible that 20 is the max. What I really wanted to look for... Oh, here are talent points. There are 6 categories of talents available to your character. Leadership, defense, power, agility, ranged, and magic. With each level, you gain 1 point to purchase a talent from any of these categories. Within a talent tree, each tier of talents unlocks based on how many talent points have been spent within that tree. To learn a talent, select its icon, then the save button to confirm your choice. Each companion has their own talent trees with unique abilities. These abilities unlock in the same manner as your character's talents. As you spend points within a companion talent tree, further tiers of talents become available. Okay, so we've got like a mission log, reputation, spell creation. Oh, cool. Spells are created using 2 or more sigils. Okay, we're gonna have to get into that later. All I wanted to do was check our basic stats and see who had... So this is quickness of 13. She's the same. So I just wanted to see if anybody would benefit more than the other. But I think I'll give it to Tobias, these bangles. speed him up a little bit. Now, how does this work? This scroll contains a magical expression which is used in spells that affects targets at a distance. Is this like a one-time use only thing? Bronze rings. It's like a cost, I guess. If we were to sell it, maybe. Sigil of distant impacts. I don't know if this is like a one-time use. We'll figure it out. What do we have over here? Climb the rope. Athletics. Man, going into athletics so far has been an awesome decision. Rope appears to be secured strongly enough to hold your weight. Let's go.
Curious.
Whoa. Oh, thought somebody was like sitting there. Hidden objects. You've discovered a hidden object. Many areas of Tyratus have hidden traps or chests. When discovered, these objects will highlight for all your party to see. Enable scouting mode by pressing L or left alt to make finding these hidden objects easier. Oh, okay.
Look out.
I've accidentally triggered this a few times, but seems good. Now I noticed his wound went away. So when we get a promotion, it must clear all the wounds. I think resting and getting promotions will clear the wounds, which is good. Because those are like permanent disadvantages that we have. I'll level up in a second. I just want to kind of clear the area here. So we found a potion of invisibility. Invisible for a minute. Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Will do.
Fatebinder. Aurora salutes you as you approach. We are honored by your presence. Do you need something? Now, this is probably where we can learn a lot about what's been going down. So, can you just tell me about what's going on here in Vendrian's Well? The Oathbreakers hold the citadel at the heart of the valley, the one built around the base of the spire. Aurora points east towards the tower in the distance. The Mittani River has been our largest headache during the siege. It's unsafe for armored troops to ford, save for at key locations, and the enemy knows this as well as we do. I know we'd be a lot farther along if the Scarlet Chorus used its alleged strength in numbers to ford the river themselves and overwhelm the enemy. Aurora looks at Verse with a disapproving air. As it is, we must take the valley slowly and advance the disfavored bulwark, since that's where the real work gets done. Because all it takes is numbers to cross a river under a hail of arrows. If the disfavored were quicker to act, maybe the Vendrian Guard wouldn't be so trained up to fight us. Yeah, fair enough. This is true. So Verse does have a point. There's been a bit of a lack of cooperation here. One thing I want to do is I think I want to remove the loyalty gains, because I don't want that to hinder my decision in conversation. But I agree. If these two armies combined forces, it would be insane. On both sides, I assure you. And we get nowhere by bickering over the failings of past battles. So about you specifically, Aurora, how long have you been with the Disfavored? 7 years, she pauses to count on her fingers. 2 seasons, mayhap a handful of days. I trained at Fort Resolution a bit before the conquest. Compared to the commanders you find around camp or stationed at Ironhearth, that makes me one of the young bloods. It's been a long and grueling campaign, but the end is in sight. We'll soon have the Oathbreakers back under control. Then we can rest, retrain, and even cycle out troops so we can see our families again. What can you tell me of the Vendrian Guard? Well, they're the last gasp of the younger realms. Among them are warriors that escaped the Bastard City siege, a few refugees from other victories, and a bunch of Vendrian locals with delusions of independence. Those southern wastrels cannot match our iron nor the chorus numbers. What on Tyratus gave them the nerve to rise up and ask for a second helping of battle is anyone's guess. Have you seen anything interesting happen, besides, somebody almost being beheaded and kicked off the cliff next to the monument that has, blood-colored water pouring from its eyes? I once saw a forge-bound artisan set himself on fire, occupational hazard. That was an unpleasant day. The first of many, to be honest. I heard about the edict you proclaimed at the burning library. But thankfully, I wasn't there. One fire was enough for me. Grit, news travels fast. I like that there's these little references to those decisions already that we've made during the conquest. So she taps her gauntlet on her breastplate in salute. Have a pleasant siege, Fatebinder. All right, so we've got the respect of people around here, which is good? I guess we should. We're kind of
Can't
like
do that.
super powerful. What do we have up here? There's a chest there. Let's talk to Cosmo. We were trying to talk to this person before. Fatebinder, what an honor to have one in Tunan's court visit our humble holdfast. You need supplies? Bursting with energy, the merchant slams her palm down top of the crate. If so, you've come to the right place. So what'll it be today? She spreads out a welcoming arm over her wares. Well, let's see what you have. So she's got weapons, staffs, bows, a whole bunch of bronze weaponry. It's all common stuff. Oh, cool. So you can sort it. Sort by fine. It kind of just grays everything out. It doesn't actually remove it. But pretty much everything she has is common. So that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure how these scrolls work. Because it doesn't say, like... It doesn't have a timer or anything like that. Sigil of Lightning. Oh, I don't actually want this. I'm just looking at these. Camping supplies, maybe? A bundle of sundries, including linen tarps, hemp rope, flint, hard tack, lantern oil, and other tools and supplies needed to build a proper shelter from the elements. I think we will buy a few of these. Let's just maybe grab... let's grab 2 for now. Oh, actually, we don't have a lot. I can sell some of this, though. Like, I can sell this weapon. We can do a trade like so. I don't really need this old javelin anymore, so let's sell that. We've got the Sun Soldier's shield, which is probably better. We can maybe get rid of her boots. Actually, these are specific to her. Only Verse can equip them. I guess it's not necessarily specific to her. It's just in our party, she's the only one that can wear them. This Agate, it seems like it only has, like, monetary value, so I'm going to sell it. I think for now, this is fine. Okay. How's trade? I trust you've been granted proper stewardship of the goods you're peddling. Well, you see, Fatebinder, the merchant cranes her head to the side, scratching her neck. I think so. I've been handed these bits of script. She reaches across a stack of provisions to snatch a scroll case. But I'm not a woman of letters. Numbers are my strength, as you can well imagine. Let me see those. Certainly good, Fatebinder. She hands you the scroll while wearing a quizzical expression. A cursory read indicates the merchant is granted the unlimited right to trade in a logistical capacity. When not supporting an active battle, she has the right to trade grain, copper, and olives anywhere in the tiers. Grain, copper, and olives. That's a little different. Where did you get these from? Harshan Bronze acquired these on my behalf from Archon Tunan's agents, I believe. Her expression shows deep concern. Do you see any issue? I don't want to shut down her operation because we might need her, but maybe she'll give us a discount or something if we threaten her. Looks like we have a slight problem here. A problem? But how can that be? I paid him a span's profit for the stewardship. What sort of problem is there? So we can say, forgive me, you have the right to trade as part of active war efforts. Currently, it would seem our armies are unable or unwilling to fight. See the problem? We can lie and say, sorry to tell you this, but you have the right to trade greenworn olives, ridge wheat, and maggot meal. Is this some sort of joke? These scripts are nonsense. Let's tell her you have the right to trade as part of the active war efforts. Currently, it seems our armies are unable or unwilling to fight. You see the problem? Oh, I see the problem. Her eyes narrow and her hands slide towards the strings of copper along her waist. Let's skip some steps in this dance, shall we? She holds up a hand with a string of copper rings dangling from her fingers. A donation to the court. Call it a proper fine. Call it tribute to our protection. Just call off your game if you say yes. Oh, man. So we could get cheaper rates to buy stuff from her, which I should have done previously, I guess. I mean, we're not going to get a ton of coins from her. I think And we're probably not even going to buy anything from her, right? We'll just take the discount. Keep your coins. Just give me a good rate on the next things that I buy. So be it. We'll trade as friends, and I'll not warn the other merchants of your flippant justice. All right. How is trade these days? Well, this is a service posting. No profit up here in the past. That's Harshian Bronze's orders. But when we march out of the valley, I'm back to my own schedule. And here's to hoping this year is a good one. No profit. Well, then how are we getting a discount? Doesn't matter. The Overlord forbids the extortion of the pathways. Good thing, too, because in years past, I'd lose most of the profits to tolls. Couldn't turn a copper if I tried to haul a long distance. All right, cool. Now, Mocking Blaze, we have Ironwalkers, Tarkus Demos, and Drastus. Let's go talk to these guys. Mocking Blaze, the Archon... Oh, here. Drastus pipes up. The prisoner says his name's Tarkus Demos? Drastus lets out a long sigh, tapping his gauntleted finger to his temple. I don't think this is a complicated matter. He dies. His family's been a driving force in the Vendrian Guard. Killing him should demoralize whatever's left of the Tarkus clan. And then Mocking Blaze pipes up, saying, yeah, but all must be given a chance to find absolution in service to the Scarlet Chorus. The mage points a finger at the disfavored officer. And you know full well this has always been our way. He has a chance to be a slave or a soldier. Only then do we feed him to the pigs. We'd let you take prisoners, but you can't control them. You send these conscripts out on patrol and they never return, defecting all over again. I can't let this nonsense strategy continue. Well, I insist this Oathbreaker be taken to the Voices in the Rat. That's their leader. Leaving us at an impasse. Fortunately, of course, we do have a Fatebinder here to settle the matter for us. The chanter turns to you, an expectant smile creeping across her face. So, what say you? What should become of this prisoner? Look, I think eventually we're going to need both of these armies to start working together. So, just going around like slaughtering people for the fun of it, it's not really benefiting anybody. Yes, it sends a message, fine. But I think we're going to say that the chorus should be allowed its chance to recruit new warriors. Yeah. This is the sort of nonsense that got us into this mess we're in now. If you keep showing these mongrels mercy, they'll just bite us time and time again. If it will calm your nerves, I assure you this one won't be on the battlefield. The mage snaps her fingers loudly, gesturing for her gang to listen. Make sure the prisoner's taken straight to the Voices of the Rat. Look, I won't keep you here any longer, Fatebinder. I know you have important business in the valley. Drastus salutes you, his iron gauntlet rapping against his breastplate. For the glory of Kairos. All right. Whoa, what just happened there? Okay.
I got it.
Did we check these before? Kairos has ordered the original icon of the Disfavored erased from memory. Over 100 years, the Disfavored have kept the scratched out iconography, wearing it with pride. Oh, cool. Symbol of the Scarlet Chorus is smeared in blood in the tattered cloth tent. All right, we did see... I wonder if there's a way to go around here, maybe. Because we did see that chest. Are any of these people important? Probably not if they're unnamed, I would imagine. So if we wanted to head southeast, I guess this is the way. Stone shield. Yeah, look at this. We can actually go back here. There must be a way around here to get up to that chest. Athletics, deadly. Use the holes in the wall. Oh, but we need subterfuge. Do we not have... How much subterfuge do we have? 34, so that's not going to happen.
Can't do that.
And what about her? What about Verse? She's only got 35, so we can't get in here, but if we level these up at some point, then maybe we can do it. I think for him, I kind of want to boost quickness again. That drops our ability and spell cooldowns by 15%. That's not a small amount by any stretch of the imagination. but maybe grabbing a little benefit or a little bonus to accuracy would be nice. 5% for every point that we put into health is pretty good. 5% bonus health. I like that. We've got wits. And you can see which ones are being impacted down here. It kind of highlights them in white. The ones that get a benefit from that specific attribute. Quickness does impact subterfuge. Not that that's going to be enough, but I am going to go with quickness. I feel like health is a good option too, but now that we're at that minus 15% for abilities and skill cooldowns, I think that's probably great. In terms of his powers here. Okay, so we can click, unclick, and then expand down through there. All right, so we have 1. We can go into defense. We need to be level 3 for leadership. We've got power, agility, range, and magic. So we already have heart shot. Maybe some magic. Grants a bonus to lore skill. Seems pretty straightforward. Plus 10 lore. I like that. We've seen lore come up in conversations already. Arcane Charge adds the spell breached affliction to thrust attacks. Also grants a bonus to magic skills for a short time after using thrust. Spell breached affliction. Afflictions are explicitly bundled sets of status effects that can be applied to, suspended, or fully removed from a character. While some afflictions have explicit overriding or exclusivity rules, other afflictions can coexist with other afflictions. When a spell is cast on a target, and its subordinate effects and afflictions are all bundled together in a procedurally bundled container created by a spell. If these procedurally bundled containers are applied while an identical version is in effect, the new version replaces the old. No matter how many effects are on the target, generally only the best bonuses and the worst penalties are applied. Some enemies can be immune to 1 or more afflictions. If so, these afflictions cannot be applied to those enemies. Okay, so this modifies thrust, which, if I'm not mistaken, is this an actual skill or just a basic attack? Cleave. I think it's just a basic attack. Like, let's not save that for right now. Like, if we look at his character sheet, magic staff, thrown weapons. I gotta figure out how to be able to throw his javelin as well. I haven't been able to do that yet, and I don't know if it's like see, like the melee attack and the ranged attack. I'm gonna hold off on the talent yet until I can look into that a little bit more. Make a more educated decision. Can we continue around here? No.
Right. Can't do that.
Okay, I think we can actually head out of this area. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so we can go down to the Disfavored Camp. This fort was constructed shortly after routing rebels along the valley's western edge. The Archon, Graven Ash, directs all disfavored efforts from this location. Nice. Gonna take 3 hours to get there. Let's go. The subterfuge skill can be used to bluff or deceive characters in conversations. Yet another reason to buff it up. Okay, so why did we just get these bonuses here? She's got her stance of Seeking Sheath. So plus 10 accuracy. Red Geyser adds bonus damage to your next attack. You will have 50% the damage received from attackers, but she gets less dodge and less parry. So she takes more damage, but then dishes out 50% of what she takes in the following attack. Or just extra dodge. I kind of like the aggressive stance for her. Okay, I'll tell you what. We're in a brand new area here. We will take a bit of a break, and then we will head into this Disfavored Camp and see what we're going into. It's going to be pretty nutty, I think. The first little while, I bet is going to be a lot of conversation, less like battles and stuff, but let's be honest, that's where like the true story is happening. So for me, I don't mind that. I hope you guys don't mind that either. But yeah, thank you guys so much. If you have any advice on the talents or what have you, then let me know. As a quick review, I'll just quickly hover over all of the ones that we have available to us. And then if you guys have thoughts on that, we can kind of build this out together. Shield Mastery increases defensive benefits from shields. Pretty straightforward, but that's a lot, 40%. Staggering Force gives a 1-second interrupt. Specific abilities can interrupt their target, delaying their action for a short duration. That's cool. When a character is interrupted, they'll play a reaction animation and go into recovery. When their recovery is completed, they will resume their queued action. Causes Thrust to interrupt the target, delaying their next attack. So I think Thrust is just our basic attack. I'm pretty confident. Oh, no, it isn't. It is this one. Okay, so there is a skill for Thrust. Ah, that makes so much more sense now. So I wonder why we don't see it anywhere in here. I guess it's just one of our innate things that we have, probably because of the Javelin, right? Shield Slam. Slam your shield against the target, dazing them for moderate duration. Dazed for 20 seconds. And their recovery is increased by 50%, so that really could mess them up. Does interrupt as well? That seems really good. Attack skills, athletics 41. So we are at 41. That's cool. I think this is just showing, this isn't actually a requirement. I think this is just showing here's what we have. So the higher this is, the better this gets, kind of thing. So that's cool. Cleave I like, just by the sounds of it. Sweeping cone attack that hits multiple nearby enemies. Armor penetration as well. When an attack with 5 armor is hit with an attack with an armor penetration of 2, the target can only use 3 armor to reduce the damage of that attack. Fair enough. Focus Strike adds armor penetration to thrust ability and increase its accuracy. Okay. So more accurate thrust, and we penetrate 6 armor. Palm Strike. Perform a powerful palm strike to the target's chest, interrupting them, pushing them back, and silencing them from spellcasting. That's really good. Getting close to like a mage or something and silence them for 15 seconds. That seems really good. A lot of these skills just seem exceptional. Agility, Flurry of Blows, unleash a double attack on your target. That's cool. Could use this with the Javelin. Right? It's technically a one-handed weapon, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, one-handed and thrown, so that's cool. That could work. Escape adds a rooting effect to the thrust ability. Thrust now increases movement speed and breaks current engagements. So we use this. We get plus 50 move speed for 2 seconds. Rooted Affliction. Doesn't tell us exactly what that means. Immune to engagement for 2 seconds. Maybe. Poison Dart. Throw a poison dart at an enemy. If it hits, the target receives a long-lasting corrosive poison affliction. So they're poisoned, causing damage over time. Safe Distance. Plus 15% accuracy against distant enemies. So we just get a passive bonus to accuracy when we're attacking from 5 meters or further. Piercing Throw adds armor penetration to attacks with thrown weapons. Okay. And then magic, we've got the extra lore, which we talked about, the Arcane Charge, plus 15 to all magic skills for 20 seconds, Spell Breached Affliction for 20. That could be really good. Bonus to magic skills for a short time after using thrust. And then Charge Strike. Charge up your magic staff and release a powerful burst of energy that explodes in a small area around the target. Huh. Okay, cool. So those are our options, guys. If you have any thoughts, let me know. I don't have anything I can do with Verse just yet, but that will come. So yeah, wish me luck, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Take care, and I look forward to hearing from you. Bye-bye.
Now Kairos' final conquest has come to our corner of the world. And 2 of the Overlord's armies compete for the honor of taking our lands. The elite Disfavored, and the teeming horde of the Scarlet Chorus. The voices of